Ben, go ahead.
Thank you. Greetings, Athena.
Hmm.
Um, I wonder, could we speak about the causes of energetic blockages within the human energy field and the relation that they have on all aspects of physical, psychological, emotional, and spiritual well-being?
Yeah, this is primarily the work that we do with Robin is work with humans that are containing energy that is creative in their experience, that is oftentimes bringing in opposite of what they want. And again, we would tell you that all of the energy that you are expending in the way that you are being received in the moment that you feel it. And the universal part of you or divinity aspect of you has the ability to transmute energy. So it receives whatever it is that you have felt and transmutes that energy to the level or the vibration of what you would call love on your plane and creates a higher experience out of it that would be available to you. It would flow right to you, provided you were a match to it. So what causes an energy entrapment or a person to begin to emanate at a lower tone than what they could possibly benefit from. Well, what actually happens is they attach to the motion. They actually become the vibration of the emotion. They do that by feeling it to the degree that they condemn, they judge, they start to look at the reflections because they have the emotion within them. Say, for example, they are one that is jealous often. So they are radiating jealousy. And then they are having experiences with one person after another who, in fact, proves to them they can't be trusted. They need to be jealous. So they support what it is that they are holding. And so every time that they have this experience, more layers of that emotion begin to accumulate in their field, slowing down the energy center that is pertinent to it or that is applicable to. So if you were having a lot of jealousy in relationships and maybe relationships ending or being in conflict because of it, you would continue to get those type of distrusting partners who would in fact need you to be jealous. We're not saying that it wouldn't be true because reality is what you believe in. So you would actually have those experiences and then you would continue to get them. And the more that you got them, the more you would believe in those mirrors, the more you would attach to them. And so you start expanding that energy. Each one of your energy center has a spin to it. That spin is conducting energy. It's actually bringing in that high voltage divinity energy from your source and the two there starts spinning and it transfers from one energy center to the other. When a human has a lot of negativity or repeat experiences and mirrors coming to support them, and they believe more and more in the mirrors that they are getting, the field gets flooded or filled with that negativity, and it actually slows down the spin or the ability to draw in that high voltage energy. So then at this time, usually what will happen is the center is at threat for closing. It doesn't want to close completely because then disease or unwellness could occur in the area of the energy center. So in the beginning, what it will do is try to offset it. It'll try to flow it to another energy center. So perhaps because of the jealousy held and problematic relationships in the heart center, you've had so many infractions there that it's intolerable to you. Now the center is slowed down. It's at a threat of stopping. We're not getting enough energy into your field. Now that same energy, that jealousy feeling would drop down into your personal power center. So now you would start having exchanges where this is kind of more related to maybe your work, maybe being in control over your experience. So now you would find that you go to work and that the same feeling is being had, but it's in regard to someone excelling ahead of you or getting something that you should be getting. So the jealousy gets enacted, but in a little bit different way. And so this is how your system works. And then you have it here long enough. And then again, the mirrors start coming, they get bigger. You don't notice it, so you don't release that energy. Now, pretty soon it moves down, it goes down further, and then it goes down into the, say, sacral center. And now it will express again. I will still feel the feeling of jealousy, but it will come through a different delivery related to each one of the energy centers based upon where it's traveling to. In order to remove an energetic entrapment, one must view themselves and observe themselves consciously in the way that they feel. And in this way, they will be able to detach from the emotion, and then it just quickly moves out of the field. It knows it has been received. It just goes right out. The feeling moves right through you, and then you go on to feel other things. That observation means I'm not looking outside of myself and saying, I need to be jealous. My partner is a cheater. Yeah, I have a cause out here. I start to, in divinity consciousness or awakeness, I start looking, I have a person out here that's enacting jealousy in me, my emotion. This is me. It's not outside of me. And I'm grateful for that mirror. I'm not believing in that mirror. I'm not attaching to that mirror and creating more of the same. I'm going in me and I'm trying to release in me in the love and acceptance of myself in an emotion that I chose to feel in my experience. A human is picking and choosing from a vast array of emotions. You have the whole deck of cards. You can choose any one that you want. The divine doesn't look at it as good and bad, right and wrong. It's not judging, it's not condemning. You guys are doing that. But if you would just pick the appropriate emotion and then know that the alternative reality is created where that emotion is no longer prevalent, it would just move out of your field and you would actually receive the nice experience that was created by the jealousy. So it's not about a good, bad emotion, is it? It's about aligning to an alternative reality of which that emotion was used to create with. Now I can really love myself in my jealousy. I can accept myself in it because I know what was created by it in consciousness.
Yes. Okay. So following on from that, if someone is unable to recognize and to release and transform that energy and still holds onto it, is that the source of physical disease? Is all physical disease rooted primarily in an energetic realm?
We would say that yes, the answer to that question is yes, but it may not be all yours in the present life you're living. It could be lineage. It could be emotional entrapments that are coming through the line that you have brought with. So when you talk about inheritance or a susceptibility to inherited disease, many of the emotive values that are being transferred in through the lineage play a big part in your own health. Yes.
Yes. Okay. So then finally, my last part of this would be then fundamentally, if energetic alignment were achieved, then that would bring the physical body into a state of homeostasis.
Yes, it would. Yes.
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 Wonderful. Thank you.
Thanks, Ben. All right, Cara, you're up.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I think my question ties in really nicely with everything that you've discussed so far. But I wanted to get your take. Last week, I had a pre-op appointment for my daughter, and I felt very overwhelmed, and still felt actually. I don't think I'm going to be able to ask. Sorry.
It's okay. Let us talk to you for a moment. Yeah. So here you are in the present moment, and you decided to pick up your coattails and go back to the moment where you felt these emotions. So we have a timeline. Everyone has a timeline. There's not time per se, back in time or forward in time. There's time existing. A time exists where you went in for a pre-op and you felt great distress, great nervousness. You were sending signals to the universe. I don't like this. I don't prefer this. This is not what I want in my experience. And so in that moment, when you were describing to us that feeling, you picked up your coattails from your present creative moment, from the moment where your power is, from the moment where you get to create a new spot on the timeline. You picked up and you went back to a spot of suffering and you started to create from there. And it is why you could not speak. Before you speak right now, we know you're going to feel better. And how do we know? Because we have gone and gotten you and we've brought you back to the present moment. How do you feel right now?
I do feel, yeah, I feel a little bit better.
Yeah, welcome back. Yeah. So
Thank you.
emotive choices are not true. Hear this. Whatever is going on with your daughter doesn't have to be true. It doesn't have to be something that you emote to as though it is a given or you have to accept it. It's the perception in the way that it makes you feel that is so opposite of what you really want in your experience that is causing you to feel that way. That's what separation is. So people think, well, I have this problem. She has this problem. And so this is why I feel this way. And that's not really how it is. It's that I already have within me an emotional basis that brings an experience through people that I'm in association with that enact a physical emotion inside of me that I already have. And so we want to heal you because that's what brings experiences to you that make you feel that feeling that you could not even bring yourself to speak about. That feeling is in your field. That's in your energy center. It's not caused by your daughter's situation. And if you were honest, you would know that you have felt that before many times in your life, that moving to that angst and that fear state and that worry state, as far as where health is concerned, is a natural place for you to go. Would you agree with that?
I think to some extent, but I know that what surprised me was I felt completely drained afterwards for 2 days. I would have points where I just had to close my eyes like immediately. And it was such a strong reaction. And I usually am a much stronger person, and it is a difficult situation, but
Well, when one feels that type of intensity or a lowered tone emotion, it denies, cuts you right off from the flow of the life force energy that creates passion, vibrance, the good feelings, yeah, that a person has. That just cuts you off. That emotion denies energy from entering your field, and the result would be to be completely wiped out and fatigued because of it. Yeah.
yeah, it was a really interesting experience. And that was what I was curious about your take, if because it was so visceral, and it was just and I literally could feel like my vital life force just it was, I don't know where it went, but it just
Well, a
on
lot of humans
on a
don't
dime.
understand what they are. Let us tell you what you are. Let us make you understand what you are. You are light beings. And by that, we mean you are conductors of light. You have the ability to conduct light. That light force is your source that comes into you. At any given moment when you are in a difficulty, you may ask your body to open to its light source and begin conducting energy with a knowing, with a focus, with a determination that you would actually draw that energy right into your energy centers by you recognizing that you had the ability to do that. And we would highly recommend it in the situation that you are in, that you open all of your energy centers and command that that energy fills those energy centers and replenishes you, because this is what a human is. It's how Robin opened her energy centers and had the Kundalini awakening that she had. She governed herself. She said, you will open to me these centers upon command. When one starts to believe, when one starts to perceive what they have inside of them, the power that they have, are you hearing this? That you actually
Yes,
draw energy into yourself and raise your vibrations to the level of God's, that you have this ability.
that's beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.